Look at the camera.
That awkward moment.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerd Shelves. I'm Michael.
I'm Judy.
And today, the 3 things we love about
Istanbul,
a game designed by Rudiger Dorn and published by AEG. Okay, so let's get straight into it right now. If at the end of this video you like what you saw, why don't you hit that like button? And if you like the Nerd Shelves series, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. Thanks. Okay, so the 3 things we love about Istanbul. Okay, number 3.
Okay, number 3. This is a top choice. I love how the play styles is different every single game. So they're 4x4, I believe. 4x4.
Yep.
So you shuffle up before you play the game. So every time the location of the station, the place, the house, they're all different.
Yeah.
And I make it very excited because then you don't recognize, oh, I'm going to go there because I did that last time and it worked. It's very exciting for every time. And the governor and the smuggler, they move in different spots by rolling the die as well. I like how spontaneous.
Right. Everything changes, right?
Yes.
Throughout the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, make it fresh. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. My number 3 is... Don't look. My number 3 is the variable setup. Exactly like yours. My number 3, I love how the game changes. Like you said, every single game you shuffle up the location tiles and it changes your strategy. You're always trying to find the shortest path to the get the best routes. It's pretty cool because in the instruction manual, they have a way that you can set up easy or more advanced, or you can just randomly shuffle it up. And I think it just adds replayability, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, because you count steps to go to a specific place, and if you at this game you count like, oh, it only take me three steps in 3 location. Next time when you play this game, it could be 5 or 8.
Right,
and
exactly.
I totally changed the game completely.
Yeah, some of the locations kind of go together, but if they're further apart from each other, it makes the game way more difficult.
Yes.
If they're right beside each other, then everybody's going to go to the same place.
Yes.
So that we have the same
good.
number 3 again.
Yay!
Number 3. Okay. So how about number 2?
All right, my number 2, my second one. It's probably, I'm gonna guess that's your second one too.
Okay.
It's really good. Max! Okay, so the warehouse for the components for fabric, for spices, for fruits.
Yep.
On your play card, you can put the extension on it.
Yep.
And when you go to that warehouse, for example, the fruit warehouse, and you can max up your fruit, max all the way up, because for some location you might need a lot of fruits, and you have to think how many steps, which warehouse is closer to you, that change the strategy, how you want to play the game completely. Although you do have to get extension, the wheelbarrow extension. Which you're very good at that. I'm not. I'm only looking at a short distance. Oh, I maxed it up, but only 3. Oh my goodness, he's got 5 and 8 because he's got an extension.
Yeah.
That would be a very good strategy to start with. And then you can max up every time.
Yeah, that is kind of neat how when you go to, like you said, where you get fruit, for example, you don't just get one fruit every time you go there. If you go to that warehouse, you get to max up as many
maximum
spots as you have, which, that's actually a really neat mechanic.
Yes, because when you want to get as much jewelry as possible, right? But in order to do that, you need a lot of resources.
Right, exactly. Okay, so my number 2, you mentioned it, but it's not exactly the same. My number 2 is actually just the wheelbarrow itself.
Yes.
Not necessarily that you max out, but I love, like you said, I love the fact that you start with only 2 spots available in your wheelbarrow. And then when you can add extensions up to 5. I mean, you have to pay for it. I think it costs you 7 coins or something.
Yeah.
But every time you go to the right spot, you can pay the 7 and get a bigger wheelbarrow. So when you go to the warehouses, instead of say maxing out at 2, you can max out at 5 of the resources. So I think that's really cool how the wheelbarrow extends through the game.
Yeah. That's really good. It is not easy to get the extension though. No. That's why I don't really work too hard for that.
Yeah. Maybe you should though. Maybe you should.
Yes. But I do like how you can maximum the resource you have once you go there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that brings us to our number one reason, the number one thing we love about Istanbul.
Oh my goodness. My most favorite part, I either love it or I have to leave it. It's the station, the houses. My favorite part, tea house.
Oh, the tea house.
Well, there is police station where you can send your family member as well, which usually your cousins. But tea house is where you go in there, you gamble.
The gambling, yeah.
And again, I put too much trust on my luck and I always lose. And I didn't want to get out of there because I think, maybe next round I'm going to win more.
You definitely have a love-hate relationship with the gambling in this game.
Yes, yeah. I do. But that is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because a couple of times it helps me to get a lot of money back out there and then to go to other places to buy resources. True. But a lot of other times
it didn't help you.
No.
But it's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
I just got so frustrated. Oh, my money.
Yeah, I know. A couple times it did help you, but in the long run you've probably
I should get out
done
there.
worse at the gambling.
Yeah, it's love it or leave it, right?
Love it or leave it. Yeah. Okay, so my number one, the thing that I love about this game, is the mosque tiles. I love the mosque tiles because when you go to the mosque, you get the benefit cards, and I think that they're game changers. They change the game, which is awesome. And in fact, if you had the card when you're gambling, one of them is, for example, you get to re-roll a die.
Yes.
And that really affects the game. You can the 4 different mosque tiles you can get is you can add an assistant to your stack, so you have more assistants to work with. Once per turn, you can bring an assistant back to help you, which is great. You can re-roll a die. And then the last one is... What was the last one? It was... you gain extra goods when you're at the warehouse.
There you go.
So, yeah, you can max your fruit and pay, I think it's 2 lira to get another resource.
Yeah.
But these games, I mean, these cards, you don't think about them much, but when you get them, they really change the game.
Really helps, yes.
Yeah. So... that added with my number 3 of the board changing all the time, and what you mentioned about the governor and
the random,
how random it is
location.
And how you can change the game.
Yes.
This game has tons of replayability, and
definitely.
Most of what I love about this game, as you can see in my top 3, are about that randomness and the replayability of adding extra cards or changing the board game around.
Yes.
So anyways, that, for me, are the 3 things that I love about Istanbul.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
I love them too.
Okay, so why don't you leave a comment below and tell us what you love about Istanbul, your top 3. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Would you put that on the top shelf?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. That absolutely should go on our top shelf.
The first time I played it, I just keep asking, can we play it again?
Yeah, it's true.
Not because of the tea house.
Yeah, no. I remember the first time I played this with you, I think we sat and we played it 3 or 4 times in a row straight. We just kept setting it up again, and playing it. It's really good.
Yeah, every time you play is like different game because the location change and the governor, smuggler, they all change. So it's very interesting.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Great game. So, there you have it. If you like this video, why don't you hit the like button? And if you like the Nerd Shelf series, subscribe, please. We would really appreciate it. Okay? So that's it for this episode of the 3 Things We Love. So go ahead and get another game off of your Nerd Shelves.
Yes.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.